Professor, by way of forecasting, meron bang maaasahan ang mga tao na mas mabilis yung warning about flood? Siyempre, kailangan nyo ng rainfall forecasting for that, ano? Pero yun ang tinatanong ng mga tao ngayong nadagdagan yung budget nyo. Mas mapapaaga ba yung warning sa pagbaha? O walang epekto yan? It has nothing to do with
okay.
your ano?
That's right. We have been developing also mga tools, no, innovative tools like 2 years ago we had this impact-based forecasting system that can determine whether a place will flood or not 1 day in advance. What
1 day.
places are going to get impacted by heavy floods? What places are safe? Nung bagyong Tino, andyan po, natag po niya yung Cebu, natag niya yung lahat ng mga barangay na tatamaan. Nung nagbaha po sa Palawan, natag din niya yung baha doon sa Palawan, sa Puerto Princesa, and many other places. Nagamit po ito ng DepEd doong bagyong Basyang early this year, and na-disseminate yung information na yun. Nakita niyo po, compared to Sendong in 2011, the deaths were far less than what happened in 2011 as compared to Basyang, which struck this year. Although we have these technologies, although we have this information, akala natin na madaling i-communicate. Hindi po ganun kadaling i-communicate, no? So, we are also trying to improve on information dissemination, communication. Yun po yung gusto sana namin gawin noong 2017. Na from NOAA, na meron kami mga products, we wanted to cascade that, disseminate that. But unfortunately, hindi po nagtuloy. We were adopted by UP. And from a national scale, naging local scale kami. So we helped the local government units. We went down to the barangays. We tried to understand their problems. Ang dami po naming nakalap na impormasyon. At yung pong mga kaalaman na yon, susubukan namin ipasok ngayon dito sa programa ng 1 billion. Ano ba yung mga kailangan natin? Kailangan natin ng updated maps. Kailangan natin ng better and more detailed hazards information. We need to communicate better. It's not only science that's important. We understand that arts and the humanities are important because the people need to embrace the science. If the people don't embrace the science becomes meaningless. So, importante po na gawin natin itong programa nito kasama ang mga academics, no, mga experts from universities, because we also understand that it's not enough to identify where the hazardous areas are. It's more important to find the appropriate interventions, not just in one sector, like for example, agriculture. It's important to find the interventions and the actions that we need to take for, let's say, education. Ngayon, di ba, pag nagbabaha, wala lahat ng klase. So, what kind of interventions do we need to do? Not just for these sectors, but all sectors that were affected during COVID. Di ba, lahat nung COVID na apektuhan po lahat. Ganon din po ang hazard impacts. It will affect all sectors. And the experts for these topics are found in the local area, in the state universities and colleges, in the higher education institutions. So that is why we want to capacitate and co-create knowledge with them. Kasi po, kailangan ng research doon to be mainstreamed into the community plans against climate change and disaster impacts. Because if we don't put them into plans, yung mga projects, programs, and activities magiging haka-haka lang, di ba? Anong basehan? Everything should be science-based. Everything should be evidence-based. And yun po, yung science na yon should be put into the plans para yung mga sanggunian will create projects and fund projects that are based on evidence. Ayun po. And if we do that, chances are, walang pangako ito, but chances are, yung ating investments do sa local areas, local communities will flourish, will be better, will yield results for the development of the community. And that's the way you attain the sustainable development goals.